Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Market Prep. I hope you're having an amazing morning. Hopefully you guys had an incredible day yesterday. Good morning, Peter. How are you doing today?
Good morning, Carlos. I am doing great. Dropped my daughter off at the airport early this morning. I was up very early, 4:30 a.m. to get her to the airport. Went to the gym, and I had lots of time at the gym. Anyways, I was in the gym, like doing my stuff and minding my own business, and this guy comes up to me and says, "Hey, are you Peter?" And I'm like, I know I've never met this guy. I'm like, yeah. That's 6 a.m, right? Like my brain's not fully functional yet.
Not fully charged like, yet. Yeah.
Peter of Bearable Traders? I'm like, yeah. He's like, I watch you every morning, man. Oh man, it's so cool to see you here.
That's awesome.
I'm like, okay. Hey, we're everybody. Everybody's, we're everywhere. I love it.
That's awesome. Cool. That's awesome. Yeah, man, that's great. That's great. So hopefully,
good way to start the day. So shout out to my buddy who was, I think, going in to do the spinning class there at 6:15 in the morning. So hello and thanks for saying hi. You made my morning. So
awesome. Good morning, guys, over on YouTube as well as in our chat room here. Hopefully, you guys had a great day yesterday. Gappers list, and we'll get to U.S. economic calendar in just a second. But our Gappers list this morning, as you can see, we got a couple of stuff in the green, some in the red. Tech yesterday had an awesome day. We'll dive into some of those. They're not showing on here this morning, but we'll take a look when we get there on what's gapping up and how our usual suspects, which traded so well yesterday, SPY hitting all-time highs. I mean, this is a full-on bull market, guys. So we're seeing the effects of it right now. Let's get to our units economic calendar, see what's happening for today.
All right, yes. So a lot of stuff happening. I feel sort of like the market's trying to fit everything in before there's the Juneteenth day off tomorrow. Remember that the market is closed tomorrow. Oh, look, I've got some overlap and stuff. That's weird. Okay, but anyways, this morning we just had the retail sales, core retail minus autos. Anyways, it all came out. Basically, all of the numbers were slightly under forecast. So that shows a market that's not as strong as forecasted, or at least an economy that's not as strong as forecasted. The market usually likes that. We did see a little bit of a spike up, but I noticed it was very short-lived, both on the Qs and the SPYs. So we're now actually pulling back from that level. So we'll see where things end up with that, but the market hasn't had a huge reaction to it. Right before the market open, we do have industrial production and capacity utilization, sort of low market impact numbers on those. Business inventories tends to have a little bit more impact. That's coming out of 10. And then we have a whole bunch of speakers. We got Barkin, who's speaking on a podcast. I have to admit, that's the first time I've heard of a Fed speaker doing an actual podcast. Look at them. Welcome to like the 2000s or the 2020s, at least. Do we have a name for this decade? The 20s? What do we call this decade? Actually, I don't even know that.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I have no clue.
Like you have the 80s, you have the 90s, you have the knots of the 2000. We call them the 20s, but as soon as I say the 20s, I think of like the roaring 20s. And the
roaring 20s, yeah.
I mean, not that I was there, but Raf can tell us all about them. He was around. I'm kidding. He's always making fun of me. So, I don't know. Whatever we call them. We need post-COVID. Yeah, that's really all we call it, post-COVID. Anyways, we have some more speakers happening at 1 o'clock today with Kugler, and Logan is actually at 1:20. So we got both of those, and then Goolsbee is speaking at 2. And then this is not the federal budget, but the congressional budget forecast is being released also at 2 o'clock. So just a lot of minor stuff, I guess, getting shoved in. Now, tomorrow, as I said, the markets are closed. There still is one economic event happening tomorrow. The Home Builder Confidence Index still comes out, apparently, at 10 a.m. So It's so that's the only thing happening tomorrow, and then we're sort of back at it Thursday. We do have jobless claims, which is generally a big market impact number happening at 8:30, as well as housing starts and building permits and stuff like that. So we'll get back to that on Thursday. I do have a question for you, Carlos. My daughter is going to what do you call it in the U.S. A stagette, a
what?
dough party. Like when not a stag, when the bride has a stag. What do you call that? A bachelorette? Is that what it's
Bachelorette? Yeah, like not a bachelor's party, but a bachelorette's party.
Okay. See, because hen party that's sort of that's UK. They call it a hen party.
Yeah, it's UK. Yeah, it's a bachelorette party.
Because you get the stag in the dough. We call it a dough party sometimes in Canada. Depends where you are.
I did not know that.
A bad idea.
Yeah.
Jonathan's like, we call it a bad idea no matter what. Anyways, she's going to, but they're doing an extended one. They've rented a cottage, and this party is going to last from Wednesday through Sunday. So, good luck to her in that.
That's a long time. That's a long time. Yeah.
So my daughter's heading off to that. So the question I had was on Wednesday. Some of the people said they couldn't make it because they had to work. Is it a holiday tomorrow? Like, are businesses closed? It's only a bank holiday?
It's a federal holiday, so banks are closed. Any federal office is closed. But my wife works at a hospital, so she's open. She works, right? So it's some businesses are open.
Businesses are open. Like you can still shop. Shopping is still open.
Oh no, stores never close down here, Peter. Stores never close. They never close. Doesn't matter what it is. It could be July 4th. They'll be open. It doesn't happen.
All right.
Okay. But yeah. Yep.
All right.
All right. Excellent, friends.
Sorry. Pardon my
it's all good. It's all good, my friend. No, so everything will be open. But it's a brand new federal holiday, so a lot of companies have not incorporated that holiday into their schedule yet. But this came out only 2-3 years ago. So give it some time. We'll see. Yeah. But could be third. Yeah, I don't know when Biden put it there. I think right. So we'll see. All right, friends. Let's take a look here at our gappers list this morning. Let's jump right in. Control A, Control X is going to clean our watch list here on the Dash Trader Pro. First one on the list, MLGO. This is up 45%. We've seen this take off before. Just a couple of days ago, went up all the way to 15. Today's looking to get some action going. 7.4 million shares traded. This is micro algo. I forget the news when this happened back in early June. Again, looking to do some action today. Lower flow stock, you got to be careful with it. Typically not my cup of tea. Peter, is there any news, or is this just kind of aftermath of the initial news that happened in June? What's driving this one today?
That's a good question. I don't really see any specific news. There have been some positive economic signals out of China because this is a Chinese software company. It could be. I mean, we are seeing a rise in a few of the Chinese tickers, but not all. There's a lot of red out there on the screen, so not all. Like Baba seems to be down in the early trading so far this morning. But I don't see any specific news, so I'm not sure why it's moving this morning.
Yeah, so that makes it even less attractive. So I'm gonna leave it to the side here, guys. Again, be careful. Low flow stock of 1.7 million shares traded there. Let's look at Silk, SILK, and this looks very familiar of what a buyout would look like. So Silk Road Medical. Up 23% this morning, 2.3 million shares traded. Peter, is this a buyout? It looks like it, smells like it. Is it?
Very, very good call. You bet. It is a buyout. Boston Scientific has struck a deal to buy Silk Medical for about $1.26 billion. And I don't see a price, but I think we could probably guess at what the price is for this. Probably it's about $27 because we see the price sitting just below that. I don't know that for sure because I'm not seeing a number on that, but $27.50. There you go. All right, so good guess. $27.50 is the purchase price, but it means it's going to be terrible trading.
Yeah, not liking that at all. All right, let's take a look at ASTS. This loves to be on our gappers list. I mean, we've seen it so many times on here. I have not traded this one, but today, man, looking pretty good as far as the daily. Right, look at the breakouts it had. A couple of nice breakouts here, and it has continued the momentum ever since it broke out in the mid-May. Since then, it has continued to break out, loses volume, regains volume, loses it again. And today we're gaining volume one more time here on the daily. 337,000, up 5.1. AST Space Mobile. Is this some kind of space communication company?
This
like
is
Starlink?
space phones. If you remember, we talked about this. They're going to be the first company to provide cellular phone service from satellites, space phones. Basically, it's what Elon's internet,
Starlink.
space internet is, right? This is basically the trying to do the same thing, but for cell phones. I'm not sure why they need a separate network for that. Like, couldn't you just do it all together? But anyways, whatever. Clearly, I'm not understanding the technology behind it. But they have got some clients. They have announced that they've got some clients that are signing on board. So about a week ago, Carlos, I think we were talking about this, maybe a week and a half, where they had mentioned that Verizon said that they were going to be jumping on board and leveraging their platform to make sure they got coverage to remote areas. And I think I saw that AT&T, actually, Holly is also saying that AT&T is also rumored to use them, but I haven't seen to what degree. So, but that was about a month ago that AT&T sort of initially said that they had a commercial agreement with them. So, yeah, like the general news is good. You can see it's sort of jumping up. I can't tie the moves exactly to new news. It just seems that there's some general enthusiasm on this stock, as we can see it sitting now at $12 when it was, a month ago or 2 months, month and a half ago. Anyways, it was a $2 stock. So, if you'd been swing trading this, you'd be an extraordinarily happy person. I haven't actually watched it during the day to know how it day trades, but maybe I should do that. I don't know. It does seem to be moving. So.
Yeah, it does seem to be in play. Let's see what happened yesterday. So this is yesterday's action. Again, did move very nice million. from 10:30 all the way to about 12:32. So a nice move here. Again, decent volume. How well did it trade is hard to tell on a death chart, but yeah, it might be worth having on the list if we can get going. It's starting to look even better now. Look at the pop we're getting here on ASTS. This is not a low flow stock. I am going to put it on a secondary because I'm not a huge fan of it, but it is in play today. I think it's worth taking a look at. Let's take a look at the next one on here, guys. Is going to be QCOM. So tech companies, again, leading the way yesterday, telecommunications, especially QCOM here this morning, up 3%, 591,000. Look at this beautiful pop here into their all-time highs right now. I believe that is their all-time highs. Let me double check, go to the monthly. And yeah, look at this move this year. Yeah, so that's your all-time high there. QCOM, Peter, what's the news besides just tech being so strong, semiconductors specifically, in the last few months?
Well, interesting. There's always conferences going on, right? There's always trade shows and conferences. We don't hear about most of them, but the Cannes Lions Advertising Confab. Anyways, there's an advertising show going on in Cannes, France, and in France. I know Cannes for the movies, right? That's usually where they have the. Anyways. What is it? What happens in Cannes? I don't just know. It's a movie festival. Whatever. That's not what's happening. It's an advertising thing. And anyways, how does this relate to Qualcomm? Well, they apparently are presenting there, and their CMO, which is, I don't know what that stands for, Chief Marketing Officer, presumably, because it's a marketing thing. Yeah. Anyways, it is a drinking festival. Well, that's a guaranteed. As soon as you have one of these things, there's a lot of drinking. Absolutely. Anyways, but the CMO, Don McGuire of Qualcomm, was there, and he was talking about high-profile customers of his that are using their AI services, and was just basically name-dropping, right? Talking about Disney, Spotify, TikTok, all using Qualcomm's AI solutions. So, I think really we just saw Qualcomm get a little bit of a bump this morning because of that speech. I don't know that this is going to be sustainable, to be honest. Qualcomm, I don't know. It's a tough trader. I don't normally keep it on my list. So every once in a while, I'm like, I should watch it. And then I get disappointed. So, watch it if you want. I'm not convinced it's going to do anything real fun.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm going to watch it today because I like this gap up. I think there might be an opportunity of a sell-off. I mean, we've been bullish. It's so strong, especially on tech over the last couple of days. It's got to be, especially Apple. Like, have we seen how strong Apple is now? So we'll see what happens, but I'll have it here today. And you're right. It's not one that trades very well. We usually don't have it on my list, but I'm going to have it on here today. I am going to just, because I'm thinking of Apple, I'm going to put Apple on the list. Has been so strong the last couple of days, guys. Continues to hit towards that 220. Look at the setup here now on the daily. I know this is not on our gappers list, but it's worth looking at today. I'm going to have that on our list as well. Another semi on deck this morning is MU. So MU also showing some action this morning. A lot of volume, 764,000. It is up 2.6 this morning. And as you can see here on the daily, it's definitely in play. Again, just semis really taking off here. Yesterday, you had a great trading day. You had a short opportunity, but the better opportunity was actually to the long side above the VWAP here. Look how beautiful that trade is. So I think it's worth watching MU again. I mean, already showing great volume. Is MU coming back to be our good buddy again, Peter? I mean, do you remember how much we loved this ticker a few years ago?
I can hope, because AMD is
Yeah.
sort of fallen to the side here. So I need a new semi that I can watch every day. I mean, NVIDIA's in the pole position, but maybe MU. They got a trio of analyst upgrades today. So 3 different analyst groups have given them an upgrade, the most important of which is probably the Bank of America that upgraded them, increased their price target to $170 from what had previously been 144. So clearly they were lagging the price action in the last couple of days. So yeah, it's good news for Micron. Everybody seems to like their story on AI, and Bank of America even went as far as call them the what was it? The top U.S. memory company. So there you go. Micron is getting some positive accolades. We'll see if they can carry that through to volume on this strange Tuesday.
Yeah, I like it this morning. I'm going to add them to my main list. Might move it down depending how other things look at that we haven't got to, like NVIDIA, like Meta. Meta was also a nice rally towards the second half of the day there. So we'll look at those. Before I get to our gap down, Peter, you have anything you liked gapping up this morning?
Let's see. Gapping up. Lazy Boy, LZB or LZB for you Amerikanskis. They had earnings after the close yesterday. Don't typically trade a lot of volume, but they had a good quarter. People are buying Lazy Boys, I guess. Anyways, they beat their numbers and are sitting happy today.
Yeah, nice.
Chegg Group is another one that I had on my earnings, on my news list anyways, CHGG. They are an educational staffing services company. They announced that they're cutting 23% of their workforce. So you can certainly see that their stock has been in a very steady downturn with sort of very narrow trading margins. Like, look how tiny those daily candles are, right? Really not a lot of trading opportunity. Clear directional trend, not a lot of intraday trading opportunities. However, the market usually likes layoffs because at least it shows that they're cutting costs. 23% of the staff. I mean, if you work for Chegg, look around you. If there's 3 other people around you, one of you is getting the axe. So, yeah, that's a big cut in their labor force. And I think, Tesla was another one that's gapping up this morning. Interesting. It's sort of gapping up because of bad news for its competitors. We see it bouncing around. Fisker, if you remember Fisker Auto, they finally filed for bankruptcy. So we knew it was coming. I think we even talked about this in the room the other day.
What's the ticker on that one, Peter?
Bankrupt yet? Well, they've filed for bankruptcy. So they're not officially bankrupt yet, but they basically said it's.
And what's the ticker?
What's the ticker? I think FSR is. I don't even know if it's still tradable. Yeah, I don't think it's out there anymore. Yeah, they're not listed anymore.
Is it right here?
FSR. Yeah. So you found a daily chart. Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay.
So anyways, but Tesla, I guess one less competitor is good news for Tesla, I suppose, out there. But yeah, it's a shame. I liked Fisker's car designs. I don't know if they actually ran, but I did like their designs. So there you go. That's what I have on the gap up. I've got a couple of other things to talk about, but it looks like they're all gapping down. So why don't we get there after we do the gap downers? The downers.
Yeah. Let's get right to it. The first one on the list is CNTL. So if we look at this one this morning, it is gapping down 22%, 1.5 million shares traded. I don't like the way this looks. It looks so bad pre-market on the daily yesterday. Look how horrible this is. Let's give this a big old garbage truck. I mean, look how gappy it is. It's horrible. So we will leave that alone. First garbage truck of the day today, my friends. Hopefully that'll be the last one. I see some other ones on here that are going to get one this morning. Yeah.
Clinical update on one of their drugs, and it did not go well. You know what? I just make it a general rule. I pretty much think any stock that begins with a Z, you could pretty much guarantee it's probably not going to be a good trading stock. I can't think of a single Z stock that trades well.
Let's put it out there, guys. Let's see a ticker if you guys know of any that starts with a Z that actually trades, or Z if that actually trades well.
Let's see what the weird letter. You got to stay away if you're creating a ticker. You got to stay away from the weird letters, right? Because they typically don't.
Yeah.
See, Zillow doesn't. I don't.
Doesn't trade well though.
Typically doesn't trade well for me. They get volume.
Zoom.
I won't argue that.
Zoom is okay. Zoom is okay. They when they're in play. Actually, look at the last couple of days on Zoom. Look at this drop here. People are not having conference calls anymore. It's aggressive. But yeah, Zoom is okay when it's in play. Actually, you guys brought up some good ones. ZS, Scala is another one. Again, doesn't trade well. Peter, I think you won this one. You're absolutely right.
I'll take it back.
There's a lot that doesn't.
I'll give you.
Yeah, there's a lot that doesn't
I would
well.
trade, but all right, I'll take it back then.
Yeah. No, I'll take it back. I think you won this one. I think there's not a lot that looks good on starting with Z. Let's look at another one that doesn't trade very well. It's NEE, N-E-E. Another one that we've seen plenty of times on our list. Does not look very good. This morning, 1 million shares traded, down 5.1. But again, it trades horrible. So you should end up skipping it. And next era energy. Peter, do you like this today? I mean, I highly doubt it, but any news on it?
I don't know. First thing that occurs to me, were the founders of this company Monty Python fans? If you understand the reference, you'll know what I'm talking about, and it probably means you're old. But anyways, I don't know why they did get a downgrade yesterday, and apparently they're going to be selling about $2 billion in announcing plans to sell $2 billion in energy units. I don't even know what that means, really. But anyways, so a couple of people know it. A shrubbery, yes. Need to bring them a shrubbery for the knights who say nee. Anyways, all right, there you go. That's my Monty Python expression for the day. Awesome. But yeah, I've never seen this on the tradable list. I don't know what to expect of it other than it doesn't really look that good.
Gotcha. Let's go to GameStop. GameStop, the fun seems to be over here. We are down 3.4 this morning, 1.5 million shares traded. We do have shares for sure. So if you're interested in trading this one, there's a couple of units for sure for short there with interactive brokers. It is in play, guys. 1.5 million shares traded, down 3.6. Look how great this pre-market action looks today. Yeah, I want to have this on my list. I think this would be nice this morning. Short selling restriction where you can short it on the ask. But yeah, I like it today. Go ahead, Peter.
Yeah, I was going to be mentioning it. I do think it's going to be in play today. They actually had some real business news. Who would have thunk? The CEO announced that they're going to be I can't remember how it was put, but basically they're closing stores. They're going to be reducing the number of stores anyways that they're operating, and they use some fancy words in there to say how they're streamlining operations or reducing their footprint or whatever they said. Bottom line is they're closing stores. So we all know this is coming, but in the same breath, of course, they're talking about their positive cash position and they're well positioned and blah blah. Like again, I don't know. Like I'm very jaded on the whole GameStop thing. I do think the executives are playing a smart game. It's not a good business game, but it's smart from the weird position they're in. Like they've taken a lot of cash out of the market. They've put it in the bank. They're giving themselves big bonuses. So they're busy patting themselves on the back while the business continues to slide. Look, as long as it provides a trading opportunity, go for it. Like it's not like I'm heavily invested in GameStop. In GameStop. Sorry, I just want it to trade well. So let's go, baby.
I agree. We're getting some action on it this morning, so definitely want to see what's happening there. We'll be on my list today. Love the daily level as well, sitting on this support area. And again, just don't have a bias, guys. This thing can go from here to $40, right? So just be very mindful of that, right? It can trade insane. But looking rather weak this morning as we start this session of trading here. Next, I see some guys throwing some good tickers out there. We'll take a look at those in just a second. Want to get through Bitcoin and our good garbage IREN, which is horrible. But let's take a look at Bitcoin because I do see Clean Spark on here. I do see Riot. So let's do hashtag.
Basically,
BTC
everything else is a crypto-related mining companies. Yeah, Bitcoin's at the low end of this scale. We've been looking at the daily chart. Remember, I said if it breaks out this bottom, we could see some lower prices ahead. And look where we're at. I mean, I don't know. It's feeling risky. Bitcoin might be at high risk unless something else changes with the markets closed tomorrow. Because of course, Bitcoin trades 24/7. We could come back tomorrow or come back Thursday, I guess, and find that it's well below these current levels. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to keep an eye on my usual. Mara is the one that I like to watch out of all the Mara or Coin, but maybe Mara today. And we'll just see what happens. But there's no real news that I've seen on Bitcoin. So,
yeah. Cool. All right, so we'll leave that alone. If I look at CLSK, again, doesn't look great. Not my favorite. Riot doesn't have a lot of volume. Again, both of these on the gappers list when it comes to Bitcoin are really not ones that I like. I like Mara. I like Coin. These are great, but right now they're very light on volume, not really in play until we get some action going this morning. All right, let's get to to Peter. You have any other ones that are not on the gappers list that are gapping down today?
Yeah, a couple I wanted to mention. Lennar Corp had earnings after the close yesterday. They beat their numbers in the quarter, and pardon me now, I'm going to go on a quick rant about analysts, but so they're gapping down because they guided low on deliveries. The company said they're going to make home deliveries in the next quarter between about 20,500 and 21,000. That's how many home deliveries they've estimated. The analyst consensus is that they should be making 20,910 deliveries. That's the number I saw. So because their guidance is primarily to the lower side of that by a couple hundred units or deliveries, the stock is gapping down. There is no way on God's green earth that the analysts actually know that they're going to deliver 20,910 deliveries. There is nothing anybody can say to convince me otherwise. I'm going to be an old man rant right now. It's ridiculous that this thing is gapping down, but here we are. So I just sometimes these things just hurt my head. It is right in the pocket that they said they're going to deliver in. Why should they? Are they being punished for it? It doesn't matter. The market doesn't have to make sense, does it? So. Anyways, there you go. But anyways, so Lennar, despite their positive quarter, nobody cares. They're gapping down. What else did I want to talk about? Boeing, interesting story today. Hasn't been in the news recently. If you remember a couple of months ago, anyways, the CEO said they were going to resign at the end of the year. Because of all of the problems they've had with parts flying off, everything from bolts to doors to wheels to anyways, and sort of resigned and said, I'll take the responsibility, fell on a sword, so to speak, and decided to leave. What was interesting is that we won't talk about that. Whatever's happened to their what do they call it? The whistleblowers. It's not a good time to be a whistleblower against Boeing. Odd things seem to be happening to them. But anyways, all that aside, Larry Culp, who's currently the CEO of GE Aerospace, was apparently offered the role. Would you like to take over as CEO of Boeing? Inarguably, it's a bigger job. He said no. And to publicly say no is quite a statement to say, I don't want to go near that mess, right? So, which is interesting. I mean, that's not what he said, but I'm paraphrasing. However, that is exactly how the market's interpreting that. And we're seeing Boeing gapping down when a high-profile job offer is made and someone says, yeah, thanks, but no thanks. So interesting times for Boeing. We'll see what happens over there.
He better get a high detail security team. Say no to Boeing. That's not good.
Actually, I hadn't thought about that.
Not good. You better increase the security. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Is this? I don't know. Is this akin to
like anything against Boeing? Just disappear. You just. I don't know what happens. It's just. Don't go against Boeing. Who would have thought
the two most dangerous things is saying negative things about Boeing or declaring political candidacy in Russia, right? I mean, the second one I can get, but the Boeing thing is weird. And getting unalived, yes, it's always bad when you get unalived. All right, the only other one that I wanted to mention was Apple. I thought it was interesting. Apple has learned the lesson that many companies before them have learned. Generally, Americans aren't great for credit risk. They announced a little less than a year ago that they were going to start a buy now, pay later program. And Carlos, as we love to hate or know to love Apple, they're pretty much cash on the barrelhead type company, or they typically have been, right? Like, their stuff is expensive. They don't care. You pay me now or get the hell out of my store. That's pretty much how it's always been. The only way you get financing is you got to go through, like one of the telcos or something, right? And you go through an AT&T or a Verizon, and they'll charge it on your bill. But Apple's want none of that. They take cash up front. Anyways, a little less than a year ago, they engaged in a buy now, pay later program, and they've already canceled it. They said, yeah, this is not working out for them in the U.S., and have discontinued it. So I don't know whether that means Apple's going to gap up or down from here, but I thought that was somewhat amusing. That's it. That's what I've got for actual news stuff, and I'm hopefully done ranting. They're all good-natured rants, by the way. I'm in a very good mood today. So,
Peter, when are you in a good mood, Peter? Tell me. It's a good thing to have. Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Can I tell you,
right,
just
friends.
Since we talked old man rants, just for a second, I will digress. My neighbor behind me, so that way, anyways, it has not mowed their lawn for like 3 weeks. It is like knee deep. And when it goes to seed and everything, it's driving me insane. Like, I literally want to go over there with a lawnmower and just...
You're about to go take a lawnmower. It's just kind of... You should.
Right? I'm busy taking care of my lawn. Our neighbors looks good. And he's home because I unfortunately, their backyard backs on mine. So I watched them like barbecue yesterday and play in the pool.
We're not a care in the world.
Mow your damn lawn, man. And like, he's been working on his garage door. He like stripped it of paint. So of course it looks like crap. It's been that way for 3 weeks too. I'm like, anyways. So there's
in Canada? In Canada and something like that, do they get ticketed? They get fined? Here they get fined. You can't do that.
Well, they used to joke. So I live in Canada, which is a suburb of Ottawa, and they joke in Canada. We used to have all these arcane rules. Like they actually regulated the color of your garage doors, so people will get tickets for having the wrong color of garage door. We've now since amalgamated with Ottawa, and their rules are a little more general. But yes. The city will not just drive around and ticket you. However, if a neighbor complains, then they will come out and give you a warning or a ticket or whatever. So I'm not calling the city. I'm not doing that, but it is annoying. So
you just want him to take care of it. I get it. Yeah, but you've been a good neighbor.
I do.
You're not calling anybody on him. You're not being a snitch. It's nice, man.
I do aspire to be a grumpy old Clint Eastwood. If I can make it that far and be that grumpy and successful, then I'll make me a happy man. I would love to sit one day and John and I can just complain at each other for things, because John loves his complaints, so we can do that together. So,
Awesome.
All right. Anyways, I'm done.
All right, friends. Let's get to it. Let's get to what you guys like this morning. We're starting our chat here. I saw a couple that I remember. I'm going to bring those up. Dell was mentioned in both on YouTube and in our chat, so I'll bring that up. Dell this morning, we got some volume on it. 450,000 right now. 1.6 million shares traded. I love the daily. Do they want to close this gap today? I mean, Dell has been trading much better than what it normally does. Usually, we'll dismiss Dell, but notice the big difference in volume over the last couple of 30 days or so, maybe 40 days. Right, big increase here, and it has kept some of that, right? Not all of it, but has kept some of that. Look at it before, how low volume it was, and you can see the difference in the candles when we get volume, right? So volume is so important. You must have that if you want to see stuff trading well. You see that there with Dell. So this morning, yeah, I like what I see on the daily. Again, we'll have to see if this can continue to trend in a direction. But I got to say, I do like this even better than GameStop, right? Because GameStop could be so random. But I'll put it on here. I think it looks very, very good. The other one I saw earlier today, someone mentioned.
Looks like they got a pair of upgrades, by the way, on Dell. So
nice.
Not the best news, but might get it moving.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, I like it. Another one on here, it was Dell, and then the next one was I missed it here. I can't find it now. All right, throw it back in, guys. I lost my feed there on where it was, but we'll take a look here. Tesla, we do have. Thank you for mentioning that one. TSM semis are on fire, as you guys know. They've been trading very well. They're usually not my go-to. I'm usually going to go to Nvidia, which again did have a couple of really nice pop and drop yesterday. So if you look at yesterday's action, you can see a nice little drop there, nice recovery. A little choppy in between there. Again, it wasn't the cleanest type of trading we've seen out of NVIDIA. It's been better, but it did give you a nice range, up and down there on there. So I'm going to add NVIDIA on the list as well. And again, this is getting a little bit longer than what I would like. So I'll have to make some decisions. I mean, I have Dell, I have MU, I have QCOM, and NVIDIA. These are all semi-tech companies that I'll have to decide which I'm actually going to watch today. All right, what else, friends? MU is on the list. We covered that one, so that's also moving as well. Yes, another tech company on my list as well. Very semi-heavy this morning on the list so far, but that's what's in play, guys. PLTR, let's see what that is up to by our good buddy Hannah Megan over on YouTube. And if you're on YouTube, guys, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. We are sitting at 80 likes. We'd love to get a little bit higher, guys. Our goal is 500 for the entire show, right? So help us get there. I know it's hard to hit that button sometimes. You're busy, you're running around, you're doing things, you're on the bike, on the exercise bike, in the gym, saying hi to Peter and all that stuff. But take a moment to hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate it. 152, excellent. And Andrew will be trading live today if his voice is up for it. So I had a meeting with him yesterday for like about an hour and a half, and man, his voice just kept getting worse and worse. Like, dude, you got to just stop talking and just lay down or something, right? Have some tea, have some honey. So hopefully he's feeling better today. But he'll be trading live with you guys with Brian if his voice is up for it. So hey, hit that thumbs up, guys. We'd love to get to our goal of 500 by the time we're done with this live stream. POTR, great day yesterday. That looks pretty nice. It's got volume today, 1.2. Peter, they had a nice pop yesterday. Is there any news on PLTR? This looks pretty clean compared to everything else we had on the watch list.
I don't know. I wasn't looking at them. Let's see if we got anything interesting.
So it's a decent move.
Well, they also got. What are the analysts are like upgrading everything these days? They did get some analyst upgrades yesterday afternoon.
Okay.
So that could be what's getting them to move. I don't really see anything else specific here to our buddies at Palantir.
Yeah, I think analysts are, like you mentioned, they're trying to get their upgrades in so they can be off on Wednesday, tomorrow. They'll be off tomorrow, and I have to do that then. So PLTR, again, great volume. I'll have it in a secondary. I don't know if we're going to get that type of day today again. Looked very good yesterday. We'll see if that can continue today into the market open. Last but not least, we'll look at Microsoft because we're running a little bit behind here. Microsoft this morning, pretty flat right now, 152,000. But again, this stock is always flat. And if you take a look at the daily, it's just somehow manages, right? Flat in the pre-market, and then market opens, and it does this beautiful just move. Very low volume. Like there's barely any volume, but it's still trading very well. So one that you definitely could put on the list. I'll add it on here today. They're hitting their all-time highs and doing all kinds of fun stuff, man. It's just you don't get that explosive volume on it, at least not yesterday. Not for many trading days, you don't see that, but it moved very well, moved very, very well. So we'll have it on deck as well. I'm going to reshuffle this here. I'm not going to keep all these semis on my list. We'll keep a few, but we're gonna take care of that in a second. But before we do so, guys, let's get to our community events and announcements. You can always check that at bearbulltraders.com. Once you head there, you're gonna head over to the top here where it says, one second, I'll take you there. That's our beautiful dashboard in our members area. But if you go to webinars, you can see what's happening for this beautiful Tuesday, and Peter's going to take you through it.
Well, speaking of community, I want to give a shout out to Chris MC, rocking the 6 stars, been with us for 6 years, and has just back in the room here today after well, what we hope, Chris, was a successful liver transplant, and you're feeling good. So good to see you back, buddy. We miss you because you're normally a very active contributor. So nice that you're back and hanging out with us. So yeah. Welcome back. All right. Tonight we do have a strategy and trade book session. It's happening at usual time, 8 o'clock in the webinar room. Lenny is going to be leading that one, talking about how to master opening range breakouts. This is what he trades every day and sort of what he's built his trading around. So he's going to talk about his strategies, how he manages it. I've seen this presentation both live and in a recorded version, so a lot of good information in there. If by the way, if he uses some of the same material, there's a trick question in there. I'll tell you now, it's a trick question. Don't get caught. But anyways, is it art or science? It's a trick question. All right, but it's a great webinar, so hopefully you'll attend tonight at 8 o'clock and join Lenny for that session. Next week we do have John, who's going to talk about how you can average up for bigger wins. He's been trading for a long time and has a lot of experience in taking your size and moving it up the chain. Like in theory, if you trade with a small size, you should be able to trade with a big size with the exact same results. But the reality is, psychologically, we tend to make changes to our trading, and that tends to screw us up. So he'll talk about how you can overcome some of that next week. Now, I just want to remind you that we don't normally do the Wednesday stuff today, but there are no webinars tomorrow. So just remember that. There's no psychology webinars tomorrow. We will be back at you next week, next Wednesday, okay, after the Juneteenth holiday. All right, if you want information on the markets, what will not close, what will be open all day tomorrow, tradingterminal.com. It's where you can get information on the markets, the news, the calendar of events. There's a scanner that we use every morning for the gappers, but you can use it throughout the market day to tell you what's moving and what's hot and what's not. Check it out. It's all free, and it's available for you at tradingterminal.com. And if you want to join us at Bear Bull Traders, don't forget, our Father's Day sale is still happening. Not only is the Father's Day sale happening, however, we also have that great deal on the intro offer. The intro offer, which is normally $39 for 1 week access, just to try out the room, see what it's like for you. Because you're listening right here, and if you're on YouTube, you can get that for only $1. You join bearbulltraders.com/YouTube, and you can get that deal. So it's $1. We'd love to see you just join. See if it's the right room for you. If it is, then you can join using the basic or elite monthly packages, or of course the elite annual, which has got that, like we said, that Father's Day 50% off deal. So sure, that will probably end at the end of this week, so don't delay. I don't think you even have to use the code. It's DAD50 if you need to, but I think if you go to and select the Elite Annual, you'll just get that discounted rate right off the top. So do it now. By the way, if you're already in another membership option, you can do that. It'll get added on to the end of your membership, so you will not lose any time. So you might as well lock in the good deal and the price while you can. All right. So with that, hopefully we'll see you in the room at some point. If you're out there on YouTube, we love you guys too. So many new members that have joined and people that are watching us every day. We greatly appreciate that. Stick around for the live trading after Carlos sets some levels. We're only about 16 minutes away from the market open, and we'll be trading live with you on YouTube like we always do. So give us a good old thumbs up and a like. Maybe subscribe to the channel. It would be awesome, and we'll see you here every morning. Well, every morning that the market's open, that is. Like, not tomorrow, because the market's not open. So Carlos and I will not be here either. So, and yes,
No,
Alex on the palm tree. Andrew is supposed to be here, so that's the plan, that he will be trading live with with Brian this morning. All right, Carlos,
all right. Thank you, Peter. Guys, let's get to it. Let's do some levels here. We got QCOM, we got Apple, we got MU, we got Tesla, we got GameStop and Dell. So we have quite a bit. We'll do levels for all of this. I don't think this is going to be my final list, but it'll be a combination of what's here and what's in my secondary list. Because how can we forget about NVIDIA? 8 million shares traded. I mean, that's going to be on my list. All right, let's take a look at QCOM this morning. It normally doesn't trade very well. I do like this gap up. I think there could be some sell-off opportunity, some profit taken at the market open. That is what I'm going to be looking for, combined with a 5-minute ORB. Pre-market high, 230.99 is what I'm seeing there as far as the pre-market. Towards the bottom, the low of the pre-market slamming at 224. So right in here, 224.04, we'll slam that there. And then once you do that, that's all you really have. This is the all-time high here, this pre-market high. So from there, you got all the support towards the bottom. The last two trading days creating an amazing support with the previous day close. So you do not need to add anything there. You're good. It's set to go on QCOM. Apple's daily. Look how beautiful this is, right? You got the nice pump after their development conference. Look how beautiful this flag is building here. Has been very, very strong, getting great volume. You can see the spike here, and it dropped back, but it continued higher than what it was doing before. So that's good to see. I like what I'm seeing this morning. Pre-market action's a little bit tamed, but I think at the market open, we'll get what we need out of Apple. 218.36 is the high of the pre-market. The low is slamming down at 215.01, so we'll slam one there. And then if you look outside of the bigger picture on the daily, we do have the highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing a really, really good job there. So that's taking care of you. All-time highs sitting at 220. 220 is 13. I'm going to mark that there. And you are set when it comes to Apple. Really like the way that setup looks, especially on the daily. MU, look at the daily. It's been ripping here. So nice. Very, very good. High of the pre-market on MU is 152.78. So we'll slam one level there and then another level towards the bottom. That's going to be 149.64 is the low of the pre-market. And once you do that, again, another one that's sitting at all-time highs. Everything is on tech-related semis. It's either at all-time highs or in the neighborhood. MU crushing it here. Had a good day yesterday, and you can see the results on this daily as well. As far as levels, you're covered highs and lows for the last two trading days, doing a great job as well. But they did miss this one here. We're going to mark this down, 145.57. I know the close was, the high and low was here, but this close is so far away from the highs and lows that it's worth noting at 145.57. So good volume on MU, 912,000. So worth watching this morning. Here's Tesla. Tesla continues to stay outside of their initial range. If you guys remember, it was stuck between a little bit higher. It was like 180, stuck between 180 and like 171 or so, right? So that was the range. It's kind of ping pong action here, back and forth, finally broke out of that. And it's looking to probably set a new range. So we're kind of above 180 and between 180 and 190. And though it can get very rangy on this stock, I mean, if you get the move from 185 to 181, that's a really good move. So even in this range, stuck in this range, you can find some really good opportunities on Tesla when it's trading the entire range like it did the last two trading days. So high of the pre-market is pretty much noted by the highs of last trading day right on here. So you're set there, previous day close as well. So a lot going on here as far as resistance. Towards the top, we're going to mark down 190.89 and then few levels on here just in case. 194.04 is the close of this day here, and I'm also going to mark down 198.86, right? It's the high of this candle here as well on the daily. Towards the bottom, you're pretty good all the way down to the low of the pre-market, and then below that, we're going to mark down 183.34 in case we do drop here and continue below the previous day close. GameStop continues to lose ground here. Now it is down 4.2 and going lower. It is on SSR, but we do have shares for short. They might not be. There's not that many with Interactive Brokers. 24.05 is the low of the pre-market. And you can see this is a great area on support on the daily. So tons of stuff happening there. That's looking pretty good. We're going to mark down a level down here, 1998. It's a good one. And then all the way down here, 1747. So some levels towards the bottom there as we just burning crash here on GameStop. We'll see how that's going to look at the end of the day. Dell going into this gap that we had a few weeks ago, beginning of June, right? June, actually, end of May, actually, was when it happened, May 31st there. So a big gap down, and we're trying to get into that territory. That is a 165 is where that is. Before we get there, we do have a level at 152.49. We'll slam one there, and right over here at 160.55. So a couple of levels into this gap if we do decide to rally into this and kind of close that gap today. Daily's looking pretty good. We did get a nice drop. We did get a bounce here now. You do have the highs and lows creating great support level towards the bottom there. I'm just going to mark down the high of the pre-market, and once you do that, you are set with Dell. Let's see if they can get the momentum, right, to close this gap today. I'm just going to skip down to NVIDIA because I know I'm going to be watching this one. Levels for this will be very easy because we're stuck between, kind of in the middle of the highs and lows for the last 2 trading days. So all we have to do, let's mark down that high of the pre-market, 132.30. We'll slam, actually the low of the pre-market is pretty much slightly below the previous day close, right at 130.90. So pretty much a lot of support happening there. But look how clean this daily is on NVIDIA. I really, really like what I'm seeing here. I think this will be a good one to watch today, friends. So there you have it. That is my list. Again, I'll continue to fine tune this a little bit better as we move forward. Let's take a look at what's happening with our moderators, right? So let's take a look at our moderators here. We'll bring this up and see what our moderators are looking at this morning. I see we have, Megan is trading live with PCT today. So nice, Megan. Have fun there. And then Susie will be narrowing her list down. But right now she has Apple, NVIDIA, MU, and Microsoft. Secondary, Oxy and Bank of America for her. Amy will be looking at potential longs on American Airlines and Affirm, both really risky. Pierre is looking at NVIDIA, Tesla, Apple, MU, and that secondary is going to be on Mara. Peter, no IPOs for today, but we got a bunch of SPACs, and man, talk about weird tickers. There they are. All those SPACs, you got 3 of them. I'm not going to call those out, but you can see them on the screen if you do like those. And then if we head towards the bottom here, I'm just going to slide this up just a little bit. Here we go. If we head towards the bottom here, we do have Phil, NVIDIA, QCOM, MU, and Apple. And then Brian will be looking at MU, Tesla, NVIDIA, and Dell, taking you through the market open today. So looking forward to that. All right, friends, that is what we have. Peter, anything else that we might have missed before we go over to our live session?
Should I be slated? You missed my watch list.
I did. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, the SPACs threw me off. The SPACs threw me off. All right. Yes. Peter, AMD, Tesla, Apple, secondary list, MU, BA, careful on that one. You don't want to be unalive. And then that other one's going to be GameStop on Peter's secondary. All right. Excellent.
I'm gonna have to be careful because I'm always shorting it. Maybe they'll make people aware of.
Yeah. Peter goes missing. We know what happened. He shorted BA.
You know what happened. I shorted BA and they came after me. Anyways, other than that, guys, just a final reminder. Once again, markets are closed tomorrow. So with them closed all day tomorrow, I don't know what to expect for volume, right? We might get lower volumes into the afternoon. It might act like a Friday. It might just be a normal Tuesday. We are summer anyways, which means our volumes tend to drop off in the afternoons. I expect the open to be perfectly good. There should be really no change to the trading this morning. We got a lot of good targets here, so hopefully there'll be some good trading opportunities. Just be careful as we get through the latter half of the day, and then we'll see what happens. And then Carlos and I will be back with you Thursday morning, usual time. If you're a member, you can have Jared, who's going to be here at 8 o'clock for Engineering the Markets, and then of course Carlos and I at 8:30. So stay tuned. Right now, we're going to go over to our live traders. I feel like it's like we need to have like another studio. Going over to our live trading studio now. We've got Brian.
Ding, 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 ding. Some kind of music in the background, right? Yeah, maybe we could do something like that.
Anyways, I don't see Andrew here yet, but hopefully he's.
No, I'm gonna be covering for Andrew if he's able to make it. If he's not able to make it, I'm gonna take it to the market open with Brian. But yeah, if he's able to make it, great. But I'm telling you, I had a meeting with him yesterday. His voice was just not there. He should rest. He should rest. Come back and on Thursday, take the next 2 days and feel better. So. All right. But yeah, friends. Brian, good morning.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Peter and Carlos.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I am I am. You know what? I am tasting. I think I'm tasting elderberry wine, Brian. It's just a week away.
Just a
I'll
week
be in
away.
Vancouver, and I don't know.
Is it that I've lost track? Is the big party this weekend or next weekend?
It's next weekend. Next weekend.
Okay.
But
Right on.
it's a week Wednesday when I get into town, because I decided I needed to be there a couple of days early just to get some sleep before the party, since it's going to basically go all night from my body calendar. So I body clock.
Right.
So there you go. All right. Well, I'll leave you guys to open trading, and have a great day. Trade smart, everybody, and we'll see you back here Thursday morning. Oh, there's my alarm. 5 minutes to the open. All right, off you guys go.
All right, thank you, Peter. Good morning, Brian. Let's get to this, man. Get to trade with the prophet of profits, like Thor likes to call you. So this would be fun.
Well, let's see what the market throws at us today. It's kind of an interesting day. It's kind of like a Friday on a. It's like a Friday on a Tuesday. So we've got market trying to digest those retail sales numbers that came in. I guess came in weaker than expected. And the guidance, I think, was lower as well. So was that good for the markets, or was that bad for the markets?
Market's flat. It hasn't really reacted to it. We'll see how it does at the market open, but it's pretty flat right now. I mean, people just keep spending. It's just, you know.
I think half the market players are cheering because it's like, oh yeah, Ray, we're going to get a rate cut. More evidence. And then the other half is going, well, wait a second, the economy's slowing down. Is that good for stocks or bad for stocks? So I guess still hoping for that soft landing and 3 or 4, 5, 6 rate cuts. So we'll anyway, we'll have to let the people decide what they want. So today, let's see, I'm looking at Dell. Dell's book is pretty bearish, actually.
Yeah.
And MU's book is pretty bearish too, although someone pulled their bid here. GME is coming back up a little bit. It's been sinking over the last couple of days. MU. Did we have Kruger's? They're supposed to be reporting on Thursday after the close. So
who's that?
KR. Someone mentioned Kruger's in the room.
What's the KR? Is the ticker, right?
Yeah, it's KR. Yeah. AMD
is
sinking. We have 2 minutes to the open. Ooh, I love how they look at AMD dropping here. Tesla's kind of dropping. I swung some Tesla last night. It's
you did.
So
nice.
Hopefully it's going here. I was hoping for a little bit of a gap up. We talked about that. I bought Tesla. You can buy Tesla. I bought it in a Canadian one of my Canadian funds. So you can buy Tesla on the Toronto Stock Exchange, and it's just exactly the same symbol, except you can buy it in Canadian dollars, and it's a CBOE instrument. So if I told you the price, it would make no sense at all. So, but let's just say I bought it around 181.50 yesterday. So even if it's down a bit today, I'm still well up on that trade.
Yeah, so still not bad. We'll see if they can get going here at the market open. It should be good. They got some good volume, 2 million shares right now. So looking forward to that. It's on my list All right, guys, a couple of seconds to the market open. I'm going to be waiting 5 minutes. I'm looking for that 5-minute ORB, but within 3 minutes, I have my 1 minute chart up and my 5 minute. Within that, 3 minutes, after 3 minutes, if there is an opportunity to take something long or short, I will. But my plan is to wait for that 5 minutes, kind of see what is setting up for a 5-minute ORB. So let's see. Let's see what this market gives us. SPY right now is pretty much flat, so hasn't done much. Looking forward to this open.
Yeah, I'm just gonna wait for a few minutes here because everything's kind of flat right now. We'll look for an opportunity. All right, here we go. Let's
All right.
see what happens here. Not much yet.
Let's see. Let's see where the volume is. MU is looking good.
Yeah, I'm short AMD. 156.50.
Yep.
Just that was quick. I covered some when it dropped below 156. Keeps going. Let's just hope it keeps going. Here we go. Cover some more here at 77. 155.77.
Want to see if you can get that continuation. That would be nice. That's the thing with AMD. Look at the pre-market action on AMD. It's nothing, and then it just gets the volume. So it's so good to just have on deck because you never know. The volume can just come in like it's doing now. There it is, Brian. You're getting some of that. Nice.
Yeah.
See if it drops.
Just covered some more. Again, it was like 155.60 was a fill. AMD can be really erratic at the open, so this is kind of where my break even is on the rest of it.
Yeah. I see Jared. Jared loves doing this. He picked off the long here at 155.60, I assume. He loves these reversals, man. So he's in long. And as you can see, Brian made money. Now Jared's long. Everybody can make money. It just depends on your strategy. So nice trade there, man. Working out good for you, Jared.
Just reloaded a bit at 156.50.
I'm looking at Apple. It's right above the VWAPs. It's setting up pretty good. It could be an opportunity here to go long even before the 5-minute mark. But I do like to wait 3 minutes at least. I never trade before that just because I want to get more information on what the market is doing, what the price action looks like. It looks good.
Just covered some more 156.30.
AMD?
Sorry. Yeah, AMD.
Nice.
Just played that rejection.
Let's see here.
At the VWAP. Still, there's a lot of orders down in 155, the 155 level. So I'm just looking for it to start to eat into a lot of those orders.
All right, I am thinking long here, guys, on Apple. I think this could be a good one. Stop loss slightly below the VWAP. Let's see if we can hold. We'd love to see this continue if we can. Let's see if we can get back towards the high of the day here. We need that nice pop like we had a few days ago. That would be nice.
I just covered some more 156.25.
AMD is
volume
is so nice on it. You gonna bail?
Thinking about getting out of the rest. Just I still think it's going to drop. There's still lots of orders to the downside, but it's just really erratic. And now I don't feel like I have an edge. Maybe let's see. I'm just see what it does here on this.
SPY is ripping, like SPY is going here. I'm hoping that Apple will join the party, right? But look at the SPY, man. This thing is so strong, man. It is wonderful. There we go, Apple. Now we're getting something in here. Oh, double click.
Yeah,
there
nice.
it is. All right, 218. Okay, now we're doing something nice here. We're at that high of the pre-market right now, 218.35. So that's a great area to take some profits at. Let's see if we get the continuation on it. The AMD probably. Oh no, AMD still messing around here. So choppy.
Still messing around. I still think it's possible. It's possible it could sink here, but I'm out of the rest of it here. Just 44. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was okay. AMD.
Yep.
And now it's going to break to the upside. Lots of orders stacked on both sides. And the order book is actually flipped to bullish, according to Bookmap. Could have.
See if we get any high on Apple.
Yeah, should have actually taken a position on that.
See, I don't like what the price action is doing. It's taking too long, so I'm just gonna take some off here. I'm not gonna get out, but I am gonna take some off just in case and stop out at break even. Yeah, we're gonna stop out. It looks like all right. Let's see. We're holding. Let's see if we can get back up there. I'm gonna be more aggressive on profits here.
MLGO's going to 155.
Oh, wow, look at that. Look at that beautiful move.
Just
what are you doing to me? Come on, follow MU. What's going on here?
Just scalped some MU there to 155. You can see the big order right here.
Yeah, nice. I'm gonna take some more off here on Apple, guys. I'm not liking what this thing is doing. Not completely out. You still have some, but I'm just playing defense here. I don't want to give too much back if we're going to go to break even, right? So, and it might flush. Like if it comes down to break even, it might end up in like 17.60. I don't want to give the profits back here. So just playing defense, taking some off. I'd rather put some in the pocket now before if it does decide to come back down, but we'll see here. Yeah, I just don't like it, guys. I'm out. Yeah, I'm out of it. So not a bad trade. We got a nice pop there. I'm glad I took some off, but it's playing around too much. Didn't give me the MU look that you got. Did you get in MU, Brian? Are you in that one?
I scalped it when it looked like it was going to go through 155 there. So I got 30 cents on it. But nice. I'm out of it now. I kind of thought it would reverse here, but because there's really no big orders here that would be pulling it up, but it's still strong.
Wow.
It's blowing through pivot levels R3 and R4. It might even be going to 156 now, but again, I don't see any large orders taking it there.
Look at
AMD. AMD screwing.
Where's AMD? AMD is just playing games. Look at this nastiness. Can we get a garbage truck? Get a garbage truck for AMD. Yeah, this looks horrible. Yeah. It's a garbage truck for AMD. We don't need that type of nonsense. But it looks like it. Yeah, we'll see if it breaks down. But how about look at Apple, man? So glad I got out of this. This is why you just get out of the trade. You can always get back in if it goes back above the VWAP. But you don't want to stay around for this. The price action, it just told me like this is not looking good. We could have made a new high. Just jump out, and we stayed in the green here. So not a blockbuster trade as far as profits, but well executed, which is more important at times, right? This type of execution is going to get you profits more often than not, and that's what you want. So, yeah, looking good. But yeah, let's see what AMD is doing. It's looking weak, but I don't trust it. Are you in anything, Brian, right now?
No, I'm not in any trades right now. I'm looking at MU. MU is so strong. I feel like it could maybe reverse here, but that, that could be a knife catch situation. That was weird.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't trust AMD, but we'll see. Taking a look at the overall market, we did get a nice pump here to 548. We're turning a little bit now. Let's see if we plan to head back to the previous day close, but this market just continues to be so strong. You know which one was good yesterday? Meta. Meta was nice. Just look at this.
Yeah, Meta was
insane.
Yeah, Meta was red in the morning, and then it went green. It was right at the pre-market.
Yeah.
Just looking at MU here, if we maybe get a pullback to the 9 and the VWAP, it might be worth a long, but I don't know if we're going to get there. That's sort of 154-ish.
Yeah. You guys
do have an order.
Tesla.
Yeah, Tesla sort of dropped. I bailed on the rest of my swing trade at the open. So out of that. I'm looking for a possible bit more of a pullback. An order did show up here at 156, although they've just pulled it. This is the great thing about one of the nice things about Bookmap is you can see where market makers put orders and then pull them.
Yeah.
Well, not just where they put them, but where they pulled them. You can see here there was somebody here had an order in and then they pulled it. So
right. You get to see the history, which is you don't get to see that really in a lot of places. That's important. Yeah, it's pretty good. That's pretty cool.
Someone asked yesterday, do you need Bookmap to be a trader? And the answer is absolutely not. You can trade. It just depends on your trading book and your trading plan, and that's obviously something that we really help people develop when they're in PCT. So, Tesla bounced off of S3.
Look at Apple. That was a beautiful engulfing pattern on Apple, like 5-minute engulfing pattern. Hopefully somebody took that. If you did, send that one. I would like to see it here in chat. I'll bring it up. But what a nice drop, man! And it's continuing. I actually have Apple on options. I have Apple on options. I'm short on it. So that's helping me a lot right there. Let's hope it continues. All right. It's not a bad morning. MU. I remember you talking about MU. Did you get back in it here for the bounce, for the retest of the high, or no?
No.
Okay.
I'm serious. I am considering it possible short, but it still looks pretty strong here. I think it might. We'll see what it does on this retest of the high. It is really outside of this R4 range, so it's funny. Missed NVIDIA. It went right to R3, this pivot level, and rejected from it. Would have been a really good short right there. Tesla tested S3 and then bounced. See, look at that. It went to 156 on MU. It's really strong.
Tesla looks good it looks weak here, man. Retesting that low of the day there. I like these trades. I'm not good at them, I admit, so don't follow me. But I like taking it here short for the breakdown, right? Really tight stop. But my success rate on these trades are horrible. Compared to the 5-minute RB, that's my bread and butter. But if this thing goes, man, it's gonna flush, and I'm gonna do it. I know this is not a great trade, type B trade, but I'm gonna go short here for the breakdown of see if we can get to the low of the pre-market and lower. So let's see if we get the flush on Tesla. I'm in short, and then after I'm out, Peter, Brian, I want this to go all the way up to like all-time high, so you can make out here swing trade.
No, I'm out of my.
Oh,
Yeah, I got out of my
yeah,
swing trade, so it's all
you did.
good.
Okay.
You
Okay. So
can let
let's
her
go down to
let her
zero then.
rip.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's go down to zero.
found it.
Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We're sitting road to 1 million, right? 1 million subscribers right now. We have 543,000. We want to get to 1 million. Andrew's going to be giving away a Tesla next week. When he feels better, we're going to start our free laptop giveaway every week. So once a week, we're giving away a free laptop to the viewers on YouTube. So make sure you do that. But you gotta stay tuned. Got to be active. And you can get a free laptop. So it doesn't get better than that, man. That is pretty neat. And also available to members in the chat room as well. We'll let you know when he's going to do the giveaway. Hop onto YouTube and we'll make that happen. So should be good. Only for YouTube? No. It's for everyone. Everyone, even if you're a member. But you have to be, when he does the raffle, you got to be on YouTube. So we'll let you know when he's about to do the raffle. Jump on YouTube and you'll get it. So should be good. All right, Tesla's dropping here. We're going to take a partial here, so it worked out nicely. Again, not a
Yeah,
I don't
nice.
take
You can
straight a
see
lot.
you can see
Um,
the orders there,
yeah,
and you can see AMD is still getting down to this 155. We've got more orders to the downside on AMD.
yeah. What is
So
AMD? The AMD drop? Yeah, AMD is following suit. I just think these stocks, man, they have rallied so much. I think there is some selling that has to happen, man. Like if you look at Apple, there's some profit taking that has to take place. These guys are just it's just straight up. It's just northeast all the way on here. So let's see.
yeah,
All right, Tesla. Next level I have is 183.34. We'll take another partial there. If we start seeing some strength, I'm gonna take partials aggressive. I'm doing good on the day, so I don't want to mess it up or give too much back. Um, let's see if we can get to that uh, pretty close here. I'm not going to be picky. If we don't get to it, I'll take some more off. Brian, you looking forward to this party coming up on 2 weeks from now,
yeah, it should be
Andrew?
good.
That should be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, should be good. Are you coming out? I can't remember. I know Peter's
Wish I
coming.
could, man, but with the kids, it's tough with the school and everything.
Yeah, yeah, I
It's
get it.
hard. They're 2 and 4. Once
Yeah,
they're older, I'll be more flexible to do things. But this age is hard, man. I mean, it's not easy. We'll take another partial here. Let's not get greedy. We don't know if it's going to get to 183. If it does, we'll take some more. But I'm taking another one off here. Someone asked me, Chad, how many partials I take? I take 10%, right? I know it seems like a little, but once you get over a certain size, 10% makes sense. You don't want to take too much off because I want to leave as much as possible if we are going to run. And we're running here in Tesla pretty nice. So I'm gonna see if we can get another partial below 183.34, and we'll take another one off here. Let's see what it does. And the minute I start seeing some strength, I'll take a lot more off. I'll play defense. I like playing defense. I don't like to give too much back when we're partialing out like this. So let's see what else looks good around the board here. QCOM is messy.
Dell's been in Dell. Yeah, I was going to say Dell's been a nice short. Um, Kind of
Oh,
a
it
rejection
dropped. Yeah.
near R4.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, it's not good.
it looks like it's
How about MU? MU's holding. MU's
MU's,
holding.
MU's
Yeah.
holding. It got up to 156. It's it's really outside these pivot lines. It's really way above R4, which
Yeah.
I think I mean it could be a short here. Like I said, there's really not a lot of orders to the upside, and there's more orders, I would say, sort of to the downside here that might pull
Yeah.
it back down. But again, very strong today.
Yeah, I took another partial off on Tesla, but you know what? I think this is not looking. I want this flush to happen very quickly. If we start heading higher, it can shoot right to VWAP and right through my entry. So I'm gonna be very careful here. If we don't start seeing a downturn quickly, especially on this candle here, I'm probably gonna get all out. So we need this candle to be red Let's see. What do we show on Bookmap for Tesla? How's that look?
Let's take a look. It is, there is a big order at 183.
Yeah.
Here's some orders here up at 190 and 191. I mean, I'm not sure. Those are way out of the money.
Price action, right? Yeah.
Could be.
Yeah, I don't like it.
No intention to fill.
Yeah.
But the book is
more out of
pretty. Yeah. I mean, there are some orders up here, 188, 187.50. But like I said, you got 183 here.
Yeah. No, we got a really good move out of this one. So I'm out of it already. But man, it was nice. That's what we wanted. We wanted this drop at 183.34. We got it. Couldn't get the continuation, but that's okay. It turned out to be a really good trade. And again, I love these, when we come back to retest the low like this, I love taking a short here because you usually can get a nice little flush to the next leg down. And we did get exactly that. That was what we were looking for. We got it. We won't be greedy and go crazy about it, but there it is. Reversing now, heading back to the VWAP. If it goes above the VWAP, Tesla's the type of stock that can keep going now towards the high of the day, previous day close. I mean, we've seen Tesla on dead charts at the end of the day. And this is exactly what it does. So I'll give you these moves and it'll come back up. And next it's ending heavily in the green for the day. And not saying that's going to happen now, but we've seen Tesla do that a number of times. So there could be a play here above the VWAP if it sets up properly. So far, good morning, Brian. How are you making out on your end? How were your trades so far?
It's been good morning so far. I was going to play I kind of missed MU there. But I was going to play it off the VWAP because it did bounce right off the VWAP there. 154. I don't know if anybody caught that one. That was a nice actual dollar move on that. Just that bounce off the VWAP.
Yeah. Look at Apple. Apple really was a nice trade towards the downside. It was a decent thing towards the top, but towards the downside, look how beautiful that was. So really, really nice. Someone mentioned in chat Tesla R4 at 183.53. Yeah, so I had this level here, this 183.34. Where did we get that from? Let's go to the daily. Where did I get this level from? I added that manually. Was that the low of the pre-market? That's the low of the pre-market, I think. No, where did we get this level from? I got it from somewhere. Oh, here. Okay. Oh, yeah, here. So here it is, 183. That's where we got this level from. So obviously a lot happening there, and we saw just that play out this morning. Look up right to it, 183.34. So that level we placed this morning worked out really, really nice there. Nearing VWAP, looking to go higher. SPY's turning back down towards the previous day close. Well, at the VWAP right now, but turning a little bit, not really taking off.
Just shorted. I just shorted MU again, 155.18.
You're short on MU?
There's some orders. Yeah, I'm short MU. I mean, this is kind of a.
It's looking toppy. Dicey. Yeah, it's looking toppy.
Yeah, it is looking toppy. I'm just looking for some orders to get filled down at 154 here, and 154.50 maybe.
Nice.
Qs are dropping.
So great question. I seem to take profits pretty quickly. Don't you wait for larger moves? I do. I try to wait for larger moves as much as I can. But
it's covering some.
Right? There's nice covering some on MU there. So you got the drop. But if you look at Apple, right? If you look at my trade, we got in here. We did get partial. But I play the price action, guys, a whole lot, right? We start seeing this rebounds here. I'm not going to stick around to find out if it's going to come back down. So I'm going to take this off. This is a green trade, right? Great, really good green trade. We got $1.50 out of this. If it sets up again, we can go short again. But to hold on to for larger moves and not take profits, it's not something that, not the way I trade, right? Everybody trades a little bit different. And you got to do what you're comfortable with. So this is not probably the best way to trade when it comes to trend trading, right? This you want to hold for longer moves, but I'm comfortable taking these partials out. Right? I get that question a lot. But what you cannot do in trading, and Brian, you can speak on this as well. You traded long enough, is that you can have a parceling strategy that covers you for choppy markets and trending markets. You can't have both. You can't have your cake and eat it too. So you got to plan for the best one that's going to give you the most consistent returns, and just do that. Do that over time, right? So for this strategy, I think this works better for me, right? So I'll have a higher winning percentage, right? 65 closer to 70, but my winners are not going to be as large because I'm not holding to like a 2R, 3R like Eamon would do, right? Eamon win percentage might be a little bit lower, but his return is a lot higher, much higher, right? Thor, same thing. So it's a balance, right? At the end of the day, as long as the numbers work out and you end the month green and you're happy with your return, you should be good. Nvidia, see that being mentioned in chat. You know what? We gave Nvidia no love.
Yeah, I was just looking out here. Yeah, I was just looking at it. Nvidia just broke out.
Yeah.
Just be careful with. We're coming up to pivot level 133-ish.
Yeah. It's going up here.
It's getting
very, very nice.
Yeah.
Daniel on YouTube took Nvidia off the bounce on VWAP. Good man. That is a nice entry there. Friends, don't forget Father's Day special still going on. 50% off. Use that 50 on the checkout, and you get 50% off our elite membership. So can't find a better value out there. I promise you. You're gonna be very happy. I like the way you feel with that value there. Nvidia's cranking, guys. What's the next level we have here? We blew by the pre-market high, so that's not in play no more. We're looking at yesterday now, and what do we have? Okay, yesterday morning. Let's go in here. Let's get some levels for Nvidia for those that are in it. Again, levels are an area recommendation, not an actual, action area.
Just cover some more at 154.70.
Nice, 133.06. So I got two areas here of the 1 minute on Nvidia, because we don't have daily above besides the all-time highs in Nvidia. So let's see how it goes. MU treating you well, Brian? Here.
It's stuck now. It's above my break even. I've already partialed a bunch of times, so
okay.
I was looking for a fill here down in with these orders. So I might have to bail on the rest.
Adam saying maybe good that we're giving
breaking out.
Yeah. Adam on YouTube saying the good that we're giving, showing some fathers some love. Absolutely. And we have a couple of father-son combos, traders in our community. I met a few of them over in Vancouver meetup. It's pretty nice to see, man, a father and son trading. That's pretty cool. So shout out to those who are doing this together. MU looking to go towards the high of the pre-market. Let's take a look at.
Yeah, they just threw an order up there at 156 again. I'm out of the short, so that didn't really. I got it. It was a profitable trade with the partials. So again, this is do we hold for long periods of time? Yeah, if we get a trending stock. But right now, MU, if you look at that price action, you really have to play, you have to play the chop. And you have to play levels inside the chop. So if I was going to play it again, I'd be looking for a short at just around 156 if we fill this order here. I don't think I'm going to trade it.
Yeah.
There's your 156 fill.
We're getting a little bit of a sell-off. Do we have news? Do we have news coming out anytime? Do we have anything? I know.
Yeah, we have something at 9:15. We've got production and manufacturing.
But I think at 10 we got a couple of things happening at 10. I don't know how impactful that would be. Business inventories. Thanks, Brent, for bringing that up. And then 10 a.m. Richmond. Fed podcast. So I don't know how we gotta wait to see what they say before we see a reaction on here. So we'll see.
MU. This is why it's difficult to short a strong stock. I mean, it just is still,
move.
Still finding buyers here.
MU is strong, man. Apple is kind of laying low here a little bit. QCOM starting to take off, guys. So if you've been watching, QCOM has been choppy all morning, and now we're starting to see something happen here, heading to the high of the pre-market, 230.92. Actually, no, that's the high from yesterday, 230.92. Not the easiest stock to trade, so be careful. Over on YouTube, I got the question asked: do we have camera pivot points on Trading Terminal? Yes, we do. I just pulled them up here. I don't use them, but if you go to indicators and you click on this, we'll get the screen over if we can. We'll show you guys. But if we click on indicators in the menu, it's going to give you the option to be able to select camera pivot points. So they're on there. So they're available to you. I'll bring some in a second so we can see it.
And Apple's taking a bit of a drubbing today.
Good. I want Apple to drop a couple of points here for me on my options. I took it far out, though. I didn't take a week. I feel like when I take a week, it's too short. I took it 3 weeks out. So we'll see how that plays out. So here it is, friends. Let me show you a screenshot. This is tradingterminal.com. Here's our charting. If you head over to indicators, right, it's going to be right over here. Indicators, this search area, there's tons of indicators here you can select from, right? So just look at that. There's a bunch. These guys did a good job including a lot of stuff. Camera pivot points is one of them. So they're available to you. Once you do that, you can see your lines come up here. So you do have it. All right, so pretty neat software, guys. TradingTerminal.com. Make sure you head over there. Scanners. I didn't have my scanners up today, but usually, let me show you what I like on TradingTerminal.com. This is my pre-market setup where I get the news, I get the scanners, I get what's happening. And now if we head over to the Trading Terminal template, you can see the turbo breakup, which I didn't use today because we didn't need to. There was a lot going on. These two scanners for the 5-minute RB or any breakouts in the market open are excellent. So take advantage. And there's a bunch on here that we can use during the market open. Completely free, guys, tradingterminal.com. Take a look at that. You can see the scanners there. Tesla heading back down.
Tesla's keeps testing that S3 level.
Looks like it wants to do it one more time.
It might have. It was so strong yesterday. That was a stock, obviously, that I took that kind of right at the sort of the end of my session, which was around 8 o'clock. Took that long, and I held it all day. So I mean, I sold some of it end of the day just to take profits. But again, that was just a strategy that I sort of a longer term hold for the day.
So it's a really clean day yesterday. I mean, this thing just nice ended very, very well. See what it does. Hit the view app, heading back down to that R3 level, right? You guys mentioned that R3 is around 83.50, I think I heard. I have a daily level here, 183.34. We came right to that. And then, like, this candle was hesitant. The next one did not turn red right away. So we got all out of this trade. But 2 trades so far for me this morning. I think I might be done for the day. We'll see if anything else comes up. That looks good, worth taking. That's a solid trade. So right now we got 2 in the green. We want to only take, like, it's got to be, like Andrew would say, grab you by the face type trades, right? We're just not going to risk money today if it's not solid.
That's our buddy. It's our buddy Paris.
Yeah, actually, Paris was not the first one to say that. Paris was not the first one. No, Andrew said this, man. When Andrew had, like, when he was doing the class, he had like 5 videos, 5 videos. And when I first joined 2017, 2018, and Andrew was saying, grab you by the face. I'm like, what is he saying? Grab you by the face. It caught me off guard.
I think
the originator was Andrew.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. He used to grab you by the face. I'm like, right by the face. Okay, let's go.
It's a good description.
Man, Tesla looks weak. I won't take a short here again. but Tesla looks weak, like it really wants to head lower.
Yeah,
But
it
I
does.
won't touch it
It
now.
does look. Yeah. Guys, if you don't want to short Tesla, there's also some beta ETFs out there as well. There's like, for example, there's Tesla S and Tesla L. So
Oh
so
yeah, let me
you
pull
can
this up.
do.
It's Tesla. What's the ticker?
Um, there's a TSLS, which is a way to short Tesla without actually shorting it.
Yeah.
You play it with an ETF. And if you want to go, I think if you want to go long, you can go TSLL, and those are Drexian shares. There's our, if you're feeling particularly bullish on Tesla, you can go long uh, 2 times, so you get double the fun.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now I know
Also,
for day trading these are
double
great,
pain.
Brian. But how about for swing trading? I know people like to do long term and get into long term positions with these type of tickers. Is that a good idea, or is not when it's 2 times? Is there some
The
decay on
issue
this or
with
no?
Yeah, no. The issue with the beta ETFs, anything that you see is like 2 times or 3 times. They what they do is they rebalance the position every day, and what that means is if you for instance, if you're a long term holder and the stock doesn't move anywhere, you just sort of gradually lose money. So you need, if you're going to use
Hmm.
them, you need to be in a trending, stock. Otherwise, it's just going to slowly erode your position. That's why you see some of these ETFs eventually go to like $2 and $3 and $5, and then
Yeah.
they have to do a share consolidation to push them, back into sort of reasonable price levels.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard that before. I didn't quite understand it, but I guess it makes
Yeah.
sense. Um, let's see our good buddy GameStop. What are we doing here? So GameStop, we have some good volume, pretty choppy, but
Yeah, it
it's
really
on
hasn't
the
done
day
anything.
hasn't done much. I think the fun might be over unless Roaring Kitty can come up with something. I don't know what he can come up with here, but it's
Yeah.
pretty dead right now. And you know what? The short interest on this, Brian, has dropped so much. I don't think we're going to be able to see some of the explosiveness that we have seen in the past, right? Because that short covering is kind of what triggers that. He might
Yes.
have to move to a different stock to get the meme going again here. It'll be tough to do it on GameStop.
Yeah. I heard a good analogy. It was the sequel is never as good as the original. So this was, if you're thinking
Yeah,
this
it's
is in
true.
terms of the movie, this is
Yeah, yeah.
this was the sequel, and it just didn't live up to its
It's
didn't
hard,
live
man.
up to
Expectations are
its
set really high.
expectations.
Really hard
Yeah.
to match that and beat it. Not easy. Um, Friends over on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, hit that thumbs up. We really appreciate it. We're sitting at 289. Our goal is 500, guys. We would love to be there. We have a great group watching here, so help us get there. Subscribe as well. We're going to start giving away the free laptops next week, but you got to be subscribed. You got to be present, so make sure you do that. But 430 people on deck. Thank you so much for tuning in as we're going through this live session. But give us your support. All we ask is a like. Goes a really long way, and it helps the channel a ton here. Andrew should be back on Thursday. I know he was resting his voice, so if you're waiting for Andrew to trade live, he's going to be back on Thursday, and he's going to hopefully be feeling much better than he was yesterday and today.
Eugene asked who from BBT staff is coming to Vancouver for the summit party, the 7 summit party. It's going to be well. I'm going to be there, obviously, because I'm in Vancouver. Carlos regrets, but
Yeah, unfortunate.
I
Yep.
yeah, I know Peter is flying out, so Peter will be there, and I believe Mike is also going to be there.
Yeah, I
Mike's on
think Mike
vacation
mentioned
this
he's
week.
going.
Yep. We're trying to talk Megan into going, but she said that those parties go past her bedtime, so she can't.
She's being good. She's trying to be good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Although it's funny she said that, but then when we were in New York in the summer, last for the meetup in the summer, we kept her out till what was it, about
Was it
2
like
in the
3 in the
morning?
morning or something?
Yeah, 3 in the morning. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, nothing for me. I mean, NVIDIA is really testing this R4 level. It just keeps banging its head on it. Dell had a nice little breakout today. But again, it might continue to trend. Tesla is really just slowly leaking. Here goes Dell. And MU still has some buyers. Came down, and you can see here we came down, filled this big order here. They were just sitting there waiting for it, for some shares, and now it's going back up.
Yeah, I'm looking at Tesla heading back to that 183 level there, trying to test that R3 and that daily level as well. So it's on it right now. Let's see what it does here. If it breaks down, you can expect another type flush. I don't like it here. I love it here. We're getting the same setup as well. But again, later in the day, it's not as great for the actual breakdown, right? So let's see what happens. Might just chop around, head back to the view up, and do this ping pong action until after 12. And today's weird. Remember, today we're off tomorrow, so the market is closed. So today could be very weird type trading. Is it going to trade like Fridays, right? Fridays, usually the volume after 12 completely starts to taper off. People want to start their weekend. I don't know if we're going to see that today. This market is going to be, should be interesting going into the later parts of the market this morning or this day. So see what it does there. QCOM is a mess. Apple bounced back. Apple bounced from the low of the pre-market here, the low of the day at 214.47, 215 on its way to VWAP. MU just keeps this range. 156 high of the pre-market. The bottom is 155, and it's just kind of getting this here. Is John looking for a high of day on this? Could be setting up here. I'm not sure if John is trading yet, but it's the third time he's looking to test this. So it's third time.
SMCI is going to. So what is Qualcomm doing?
Which one?
SMCI. It's interesting. Broadcom sold off. Broadcom is going to be splitting here coming up, as well as Chipotle. Yeah, we're really the Qs are just sort of hanging around here. So I'm guessing what's going to happen right now is the order book's going to kind of clear out a bit. If we look at the SPY, we're coming up on 9:15. So let's just see here. See,
10:15. You said 10:15, right?
I think 10:15. I thought there's stuff at 10, but there's stuff at 9:15. 10. Oh, we already had that.
We already had that at 9:15.
Yeah. And I'm getting confused with my time zones here. So we've already passed 10. So there's nothing. I'm just looking at the calendar here. There was retail inventories ex auto at 10 o'clock, but nothing.
Yeah. No data coming today, Rebel. Rebel is
No.
we had it already about an hour ago. There are some speakers talking now on a podcast, so unless they say something outrageous, we shouldn't get crazy moves right now. But we'll see.
Shouldn't.
Puppet Master, yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, Apple Trade was really good. Apple Trade was nice. Tesla was better. Tesla was actually bigger move. But yeah, both really good trades. We didn't get the continuation. This is why partially works so well for me, right? Take some profits off, but two really good trades. The short on this, I wasn't looking at it, but look at the engulfing. I trade this as well quite a bit. I love this strategy. Right below the VWAP, here's my entry. I never get in the candle that breaks it, and those are in P Capital, my boot camp. You know this because we've seen a lot of setups, which actually I have P Capital today at 11. So yeah. So then look at the pullback here to the VWAP, and then look at the nice drop. Right, this is my entry here on this candle. Never on the one that breaks through because you never know if it's going to pull back or not. But yeah, really great short on Apple there. Was this about laptop giveaway? Yeah, Rumi, if you're just joining us, if you're new, subscribe. We're doing a laptop giveaway every week, starting next week. So every week we're giving away a laptop randomly here on our YouTube viewers, right? So if you're on YouTube, you're going to get that. If you're on for that morning, we'll do a raffle, and Andrew's going to give away a free laptop every week starting next week. So tune in, subscribe, like, and you also have to be the other criteria is you have to be a member, at least of the $1 membership, right, that we have. So head over to bearwithtrace.com. There's a link on there as well that you can check us out for $1, and you can get the free laptop. All right, you could be part of the giveaway. So that's going to be fun. It's going to be good.
Yeah, it is.
Matt, the free. Yeah, we were giving free iPhones before. We've done it all, man. We gave free iPhones before. We were doing that every week, right? That was for the trade of the week. Yes. Oh man, Matt, you've been here for a long time. What's your stars? I know you've been here for a while. Yeah. Trade of the week. You won that. You get a free iPhone. We're doing that every week. That was fun.
Yeah, that was a while ago. We were doing those. That was funny.
Yeah, Chris MC is an OG, man. He's been with us for some time. Absolutely. Apple not doing much. MU still flirting with that 156.47. Tesla, a lot of stuff going sideways now. Here's where things got to be very careful, very picky. A lot of sideways action, and then after 12, it seems like things start to pick a direction again, right? So if you're trading during the time, just be patient. Don't force anything. And the worst thing is if you're down for the morning, be even more patient because there's this eagerness to jump in and start taking trades to break even or make money. You don't want to do that. I've done that plenty of times, and I lost a lot of money doing that. So just wait for the setup. After 12, things start reversing. We saw it yesterday, right? If you look at who was it? Tesla yesterday, right? Yesterday, it's just kind of this morning average just struggled. It was trending higher, but it struggled. And then look at this, boom, it just takes off. Then struggles again. After 12, takes off again, right? So moves is coming. We just got to wait for it. Got to be patient. We're getting a little bit of a sideways action now. Let's not force it.
Yeah, the market just exploded at around noon. But, I don't know.
Yeah, it really did.
But, yeah.
AMD wrapping itself around the VWAP as well. Again, just getting into this dead period. Yeah.
There are some things that are moving. I mean, Dell is continuing to break out here.
That was on fire.
Yeah, yes. I think Dell was on. I think there was an interview with the Dell CEO.
Was it Michael Dell? I think. Michael Dell. Yeah, Michael Dell. Yeah.
I think there was an interview with him on CNBC last night. I turned it on kind of late, and I saw him getting interviewed. And I guess I don't know. Maybe this is sort of the response to that interview. I know he had a lot of positive things to say about what's happening in the company. So
yeah.
Yeah, this is really, I mean, the SPY is, we had a little pop-up at the open, and now it's just flatlining So we may
Yeah.
just be trading sideways for the rest of the day here. But
Yeah.
yeah,
Yep.
Dell's still looking like it might have some upside here today. Yeah, there's a big order at 151. For those that kind of feel like they haven't had enough, maybe you might want to. I just don't see the risk reward to take this trade now.
Look at GameStop making some noise here. Tapped into the green above 25, 22. Let's see if they can stick this move, right? So you got some volume coming in, pressure towards the upside. I told you guys, right? Don't be biased in this stock. It's just out of nowhere for no rhyme or reason. They could just get going. But yeah, look at that. Focus head above the previous day close. Gas and volume coming in. Can they hold on to this? Let's see what happens here. Easier, if I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Yes, we're gonna do the Vancouver meetup again, and I think we're just gonna keep it in Vancouver. We had such a great time. Everybody was so nice there. And the hotel, the venue we had was awesome. They treated us very, very well. And I don't know for you guys, but every time we walk around the hallways, the service, the people would just say good morning to you. They had a smile on their face. And you don't get that in New York, but that was a lot of fun. So we might do that again. We'll put out the date so we can start planning, a little bit later. But yeah, we're doing that again. So we'd love to see new faces, old faces. It's gonna be fun. Can't wait to do that. And it's just gonna get better and better because we always learn, Brian. We learn from our things that we didn't do so great. We learn from it. We make it better. So I know it's gonna be even more awesome than what we had. So don't miss it. We'll make sure to announce it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big deal to put something on like this. It requires a lot of coordination, a lot of work, and kudos to Mike who really had put a lot of his time and effort into it. So it's not something we just do every week. So we've really got to, we really decided, we do one really good one a year. And then, of course, Andrew and some of our other moderators do travel and, quite often we'll throw that out there and do meetups in sort of random places wherever we end up. Look at that. Dell through 151. Beauty.
Yeah, I'm looking at Amazon. Amazon yesterday was another one that it was just wild. Look at the 1 minute here; it just went insane. And they got tons of volume right now. They're dropping down again, so it's another one that has some action. So if you're still looking to trade and take an opportunity, Amazon could be one. Dell could be another one. Dell is just going to. What's the daily look like on Dell? This thing is going to the moon, man. Who needs GameStop? Man. I have 152 coming up next. It's a level here of resistance, a little bit of support. So right in this area. What do you have on your end, Brian? What do you see?
I did a little scalp there because I could see it was going. You could see this big order right here, 151. So I did a scalp here. We got some decent volume and then big volume as we blew through that order. I don't see a lot more. There are some orders at 152. Actually, there's a fair amount of orders right up here. So
it's just slowly, just cranking away,
really
man. It's
today.
just trucking away slowly. You're not getting like this huge spike up, which you know what I call this a very healthy trend. This is a healthy trend, it's just kind of slowly chucking along here. Because usually when you get these crazy pops, what's next? A crazy drop, and then the drop can get the momentum and drop more. But this is just kind of like, hey, just climbing along, minding our business around above the 9 moving average. No, nothing fancy, but we're heading northeast, so that's looking pretty good. On Dell, man, what a move. QCOM, ugly. Apple stuck. MU stuck between this range, 156, 155. Tesla also stuck right now. GameStop holding above the previous day close, above 25, 22 here. And let's see let's see, are we going for 30? That's a stretch. Are we going for like 28 maybe? So looks like it wants to. I just really think the moves are going to be short-lived as far as pushing higher, just because that short flow is not there where you can really catch on fire. But we'll see. And then Dell, as we spoke about, doing his thing. That's our watch list turned out to be actually pretty good for the market open so far. Oh, look at Microsoft. Microsoft is losing 447. That is your low of the day there. What's going on with Microsoft? Nice drop. Getting some volume there. Stefan is asking us, when do we get out of Dell? Well, if you're in Dell, not now. Not now.
Yeah.
Keep it going, man.
No, I think Dell is just going to be strong all day. I also put on some shorts, some 142 shorts, puts on them. Yeah. So it's essentially a long Dell trade. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got about 60 cents for them. So I'm just those will expire at the end of the week. I probably could have even used that money to buy some calls and done a risk reversal type trade on it because, Meta's struggling a bit today. It's funny, you look at some of the other sort of the quote, the Mag 7 stocks. You've got Tesla red, you've got AMD red, Apple red, Amazon red, Meta red, Microsoft red, Google red. Pretty much every Mag 7 stock is except for Nvidia.
Nvidia, yeah. Slightly green here, but looking weak. Looking to give some back as it's dropping right now. So, what are the Qs up to today? Qs just like slightly below the previous day close.
Yeah. We're getting a bit of a rotation of the out of tech today, which is kind of funny.
Yep. AMD. AMD is still kind of stuck right now. I'm not doing a whole lot. So, how about PLTR? I know I had it on my list. This is the garbage PLTR. Look at this start. This is brutal. Garbage truck on the inbound. Careful, guys. So garbage there for PLTR just didn't do anything. And this what I typically get on PLTR is this, right? It just doesn't trade very well. It has its days where it does pretty good, but this is just brutal. And the volume just drops off, right? After the first candle, 1.7. After that, in this 1 minute, you just get nothing else. So it's actually starting to look a little bit cleaner now. If volume can come in, maybe you can get towards the high of the day there. But you got to take a lot of shares too, right? Because it's only a 13 cents move, right? 10 cents now. So you got to take a lot of shares to make it worth your while. So I prefer not to trade it. All right, let's take a look here, guys. So again, good morning. As we're kind of getting ready to wrap it up, we had a great morning, man. A lot of stuff happening. Dell continues to go higher. I have a level at 152.50. So 152.50 is an area of resistance here coming up on Dell. We mentioned, right, if we start closing this gap here, it could be good, and it's doing just that, just slightly trucking. Next level I have is 160, but look out for 155. Look out for the whole dollar numbers on there. I think those are going to be important. And remember, guys, Father's Day deal, Dad 50. Take advantage of that. It's available still. It's going to go away eventually. They're going to give us a signal to cut it off. But in the meantime, take advantage of that if you want to join the community. If you want to check it out, we got the $1 trial for a whole week onboarding class with me on Monday nights. It's a lot of fun. Bring your questions. So we'd love to have you there. And subscribe and like. Sitting at 322 likes so far. So thank you for the support. As we get ready to end here, definitely slam those thumbs up. We'll continue to do this live and expand on it if we can. Dell 152.50. Come on, let's get it. Let's go. It's going. You're still in this. You are feeling very happy.
Yeah, no kidding. There's there's a bit of a gap here at 159. that maybe it's going to try to fill here. But we've got, what is this level here? Yeah. I don't think, I can't see it getting to 159 today, but
yeah, I mean, it's extended. I mean, this thing is up
well, actually, the
7
close
too,
is,
guys. You know?
actually, we've got 153.50 could be
Okay.
153, yeah, 50 could be a gap to close here.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be, and then on a daily basis, we've got an R3 at 156.70. Again, I can't see it getting there, but
That's a stretch. Yeah. That's a long way to go. You're up 7% already, you know. That's going to be hard. And the market is not helping it either, right? So they're on their own doing this. The SPY is actually trying to go lower towards the previous day close. So they don't got any support there. It's going to be hard to get out that high, but already a great move. Already it's a great move. So can't complain about that. All right, friends, we're going to wrap it up here over on YouTube, guys. Thank you so much. We're going to continue in our chat room. If you want to check us out, you know, try us out for $1. Use bearbutchers.com/YouTube. That gets you a link to join us for $1 for 7 days. Get into the chat room, join the members, join the moderators. A lot of fun there. Last chance, hit that thumbs up. Really appreciate you guys. We'll be back again, Peter and I, 8:30 tomorrow morning for the pre-market show. Brian, always great trading with you. I know me, you don't do it quite a lot, but always awesome when we can get together, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, thanks for jumping on. Always appreciate it. There's a lot going on at the Open, so it's always good to have a couple people watching things, because there's still the big moves are happening in that first half hour. So yeah, great to trade with you, Carlos. So everybody on YouTube, thanks for joining us. Yep. And we'll see you on Thursday. Enjoy your day off on Juneteenth. And
that's right. I forgot. We're all. I said, come join us tomorrow morning. Don't do that. We're not going to be here. Join us Thursday morning. We won't be here Thursday morning. That's right, man.
Be here. Okay. Take care, everybody.
Have a great day, guys. Take care.
Bye.